Hey there, Jimmy Newsom here, your impact influencer, and I'm so glad you're here and watching this video. I'm going to dive deep into what it means to be a part of the strategy alignment and execution membership, which means that I'm actually going to go into the platforms so you can kind of see what the hype is about and what you're going to be getting when you become a part of this community. What I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to open up a few tools as well, in addition to show you how deep we go when it comes to training and understanding and planning and strategizing within the community. So it's not just about theory. It's not just about, well, you can do these things, but not really ever giving you the ability to actually see the actual work being done. And this becomes a big difference between us. We are the execution of most memberships. When you're being told what to do, it's one thing, but when you can actually see it being done, and then you can also participate and do the work alongside of the trainer, which sometimes can be me. This is where you can start to really continue to move the needle in regards to your business and the growth of that business. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and quickly jump in. And now you're looking at the inside of the Moving Forward Small Business Community, the Strategy Alignment and Execution Membership. And in the middle right now, we landed on the feed where you'll see whatever has been posted lately, whether it's with our internal team and sometimes with just members in the community. So here on the left, you'll see we've got all of the sections that you can visit, and depending on your level as a member, you'll have access to some or possibly all of these. Now, there'll be a few extras that you're seeing here that you won't, because of course, I'm on an admin account. But you'll have your getting started section. You just click on it and you can go with the start here, introduce yourself and frequently asked questions. What we'll do down is come down here. You'll see the community. So this is where you can share wins. You'll pick up additional bonuses and discounts if that's included with your package. And where the real magic happens is our frameworks. Every month we do a 4-part framework, which starts with, I'll just give you a quick dive in. We're right now at the end of August. So we're actually wrapping up this month's framework, which was about maximizing revenue, digitize and package your offering. What happens at the beginning of the month, we have we launch our plan that we're going to focus on for the month. And then about a week later, we do a live call and talk through that plan. And then a week later, or usually the following week, we'll go into 5 days of implementation where we do the actual work together. Then we've got, at the end of the month, we'll have some coffee or tea or cognac, whatever your bag is, baby. Okay, you'll have that, and we kind of talk. So there's no presentation at that time, and then you can also share your work and get feedback. Okay, so we'll be doing that next week as of this recording for those that participated in this month's framework. And the cool thing is, now this framework will be on demand. So if we come back to, we started the frameworks in 2023, March of 2023. So we've got frameworks that go back over a year and a half, which leads to over 120 hours of training around specific topics. So here are all your 2024 topics that are now 100% on demand. January, organic and local SEO strategies. February, leveraging AI in your business and personal life. March, creating your first quiz for lead gen and gamification with AI. April, your innovation strategy with the SWOT analysis. And again, so this is very deep dive stuff. And you can even go back to 2023 and you can see all of those frameworks where we talked about defining your target audience, developing your first business strategy using the Cascade tool, which is free for small businesses, your 5 type of competitors, email nurture sequences with AI. The topics that we're choosing are what we call evergreen. So they should be relevant for a very long time, and they should also be relevant to almost any business in any industry. All right. So this is where we're designing these frameworks to make sure that they're relevant to everyone so you can take full advantage of it. If we go down a little bit further, we just recently started doing monthly framework talks because, we're giving you a framework every month. Wherever you come in, you can focus on the main framework, but then you can also go back and look at other frameworks. And there's deeper training there's a deeper walkthrough once you do get into the membership that'll kind of go deeper. But one thing we initiated was a monthly framework talk. And in that framework, we don't do an actual we don't have an actual presentation. We just talk about the frameworks and what you're struggling with and what you're winning at, and we can share that. And then those are recorded, so everything is on demand after it's gone live. So you've got so much that you can tap into depending on where you are in your business. We got some other training. We've got free Cascade training, which allows you to get up and running quickly with the Cascade tool to measure your business strategy. This is where we can come here for upcoming events. So you can register for events. And then we have programs that are in addition to what we might be doing as far as the frameworks, such as the Traffic Max program, which is a standalone program. The Business Plan Bootcamp program, which is another standalone program. We have third-party partnerships. So we might do something with the local library, and then we'll do something with their group of people, and then they get invited into their space. So there's a lot going on inside the community, and we have it pretty structured out, so it should be easy to navigate depending on your framework. Now, the other thing I want to bring to your attention is I want to give you an idea of how deep we go. So I'm going to show you a number of tools just to show you, depending on the topic, there are always tools. For moving forward small business, we're about innovation, technology, and strategy, business strategy. Innovation comes from making adjustments to your products, to your services, making them better, market research, understanding what people want versus what you have to offer, making those adjustments, and also differentiating yourself from your competitors. Okay, so here is one tool, ScaleNut, where we're able to leverage AI to write high quality blog articles. We use this in some training. We also use this specific tool in our Traffic Max program. And this here on the right allows us to see where our score is, so we can get this article, which this particular article happens to be 1,900 words, and it says the suggested length should be 2,200. So I can beef this up by adding more content. I can look at my topic gap and see what did I not cover in this particular article, which is what we call a pillar piece. And again, don't worry about that too much until you get into the community. And if this is something we cover, then we'll be able to talk to you in detail and help you do this. Make sure the interlinking strategy is on point. Make sure that we know where the research is coming from. There's so much we can do here. The next one is a tool I call my Swiss Army knife. We use another tool called SEMrush, which allows us to put in our domain or a competitor's domain, understand how much organic traffic they're getting, what their authority score is, if they're running paid ads, who's linking to them. And we can look at it from the entire world. We can look at it across the United States, maybe India, Philippines, the UK, Canada. We can also see the keyword, what is the makeup of the intent of the keywords that they're ranking for? Is it informational, navigational, commercial, transactional? How do we make decisions on that? How do we make sure that if they're covering certain topics, we're covering certain topics? We can look at their main organic competitors. We can look at their main paid competitors. We can see if they're running advertising, we can see their actual ads, and we can see what their strategy are. So this allows us to reverse engineer a lot of our competitors' things. They're paying tuition for you. All right. Another tool we got First Research. That's a tool we get access to through our local library. You might be able to get that through your local library, no matter where you are in the United States. Not sure how it works outside of the country, but it works pretty well here for us to get access to some of these tools that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and you can get them for free. And then we can look at things like, an industry like consulting services or video marketing or, the auto industry, and see what are the critical issues of that industry, the business challenges, the business trends, the industry opportunities, the executive insights. And we use a lot of this information to help build a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis standing for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this here falls under opportunities and threats. These are external things that can affect your business that you have no control over. So this is one tool we can use. There's another tool if we're targeting bigger businesses for either client acquisition or maybe for partnerships, whether that might be sponsorships or just straight up strategic alliances. We can see, and when we're looking for alliances, we want to look for businesses, especially bigger businesses that are spending money to acquire new customers. And if we can help them with that through our strategic alliance, then there's a great opportunity. And one of the key things here is if they're spending money. So we can see how much annual media spend a company like Capital One is spending, the 12-month spending habit. We can also come here and see some of the key people in that organization. We can see what their monthly spends are. We can also see what their media mix is, whether through broadcast, print, digital, radio, out of home, and digital. We can also look at the social media spends. And again, this is just one client. We can also look at all the brands that are under a specific brand. So you might not be able to do a deal directly with, say, Capital One, but you might look at doing a deal with their credit card, which is treated from their perspective as a separate brand under the main company brand. You can see if they're being represented by an agency, who that agency is, who that agency might also represent. This could be great for you podcasters out there. Okay. We can also see other companies. So again, this is some great data you can get on the bigger brands if you're targeting them for any reason. We can look at Cascade. Cascade is a tool that we push our members to use a lot, and it helps us measure strategy. This is how we determine if we're winning, if we're losing, and then you can see things like if your marketing, leadership, strategic growth plan is at risk, or if it's behind, or if it's on track, and you can run different reports. You can look at timelines. You can see who's responsible for what. You can see when things are due. So this is a step up from just project management alone. This measures the strategy across all your projects. Okay. Another tool we use is called Delve.ai, which allows us to take historical data like our Google Analytics and our Google Search Console and leverage that to build out personas of passive browsers, bouncers, one goal converters, and what motivates them. So, these are representations of groups of people that are going to your website, that are visiting your digital assets. Okay. And you can click on the details and get a little bit more information about the type of person it is. It's a Metro Gen Zer named Heather, her profile, her responsibilities, who she reports to, the job to be done, perceived barriers, meaning things that stop her from getting things done, what her work, this one happens to be a student, her method of communication, social media and email, the type of content she likes to engage with. We can help you determine if you need to produce more of that content, the things that are interesting for this individual, the best times of interaction and the types of interaction for the first time, resonating keywords, things like that. And again, I can come back and I can also pop in a competitor and see what their top persona looks like. I can also, if you're using a tool like this, and this is an AI-based tool, this is what we call a predictive analytics tool, we can even start to see the leads. It classifies the leads of the organizations that are visiting. And this is a real account. This is the account actually for my organization, Moving Forward Small Business. So I can see we've got some pretty big businesses visiting our website, even though we're focused primarily on small business. So at the end of the day, I might look at these bigger companies as potential partners for us, especially if our audience is their audience. Okay. And you can kind of see here to the right what pages they visited. We can also determine where they are in the buyer's journey. And again, I have many tools. There's AnyWord, which is another AI generative tool. And there's Idea 8, which is a market research sentiment-based tool. And again, we do deep dives on these tools, and not only just to learn the tool, but then we have to integrate it back into our business strategy. So then we can predict growth better. We can make better decisions about where we're supposed to be going. And are we living up to our purpose, our vision, our mission? And so these are the things that we really dive deep in when you're inside of the Moving Forward Small Business Strategy Alignment and Execution membership. So I hope that this inspires you to want to take a peek into our community. And as of right now, for a limited time, we are doing a lifetime membership. So I want you to check out whatever that price is at the moment, because we're only going to do that up to 5,000 members. And then we're going to do away with the lifetime. And then we're going to go back to our monthly and our yearly plan. So if you're on the fence, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. Take the 30 days, you're going to pay that price once and never have to pay it again. If you don't like it, you just get refunded. So give it a shot, and we hope to see you inside of the community.